From the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
All right, we're still running with the heat advisory that's in place across all of the viewing area. This goes for our Thursday and our Friday. May have to extend it into Saturday as well for these triple-digit heat index values. We will have the next few days out here, but there is relief in sight in the 7-day forecast. We'll show that going forward here. Continuing to drop through the 70s overnight. We'll reach the low to mid-70s for your morning lows. More like a lean closer to the mid-70s, however, as we head toward the daybreak hours of our Thursday morning. Partly cloudy to mostly clear, and that allows us to warm quickly. As we head through Thursday, we're well back up into the mid to upper 90s again, with a few folks in isolated fashion at least, possibly hitting the triple digits. Here's the Futurecast breakdown as we head through our overnight, dropping out of the 80s into the 70s. So we head through the late evening overnight hours toward the mid 70s for morning lows. A few clouds here and there, but no big weather systems moving through, no rain chances. Move through our Thursday, a few clouds from time to time. These puffy fair weather cumulus clouds possible otherwise, partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Highs well up into the 90s again. And again, a few folks could hit briefly 100 or 101, but I do caution that the Futurecast model often overdoes temperatures near metro areas like Florence you see here. So that may be overdone by 2 or 3 degrees. It's been repeatedly overdone so far this week and back last week as well. So we have to keep that in mind when we make the forecast. But just a few clouds into the afternoon. Going to the evening hours, staying mostly clear to partly cloudy as we drop out of the 90s back into the 80s during the evening. And then once again, the 70s overnight. More the same for Friday, except I do want to say on Friday there may be a stray shower. Chance of rain is only 10%, so you're not going to see it on the 7-day, but there may be a stray shower across the area. Better chances for isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms will be up on Saturday and Sunday as this weak frontal boundary moves into the area and as the big upper level ridge of high pressure weakens across the area. And then those scattered rain chances go into the first part of next week. Meanwhile, it's going to be hot the next few days, mid to upper 90s to near 100. Heat index values up over 100, even as high as 103 going into Sunday. But notice that the daytime highs start coming down beginning on Sunday back into the mid to upper 80s, especially going to the first part of next week. Rain chances also coming back up a little bit as that upper ridge weakens, and that continues on into next week. But notice they're not overly high rain chances into the isolated category, but there will probably be a few showers and thunderstorms around Saturday, Sunday, on in the early next week, and maybe a stray shower on our Friday. We're watching the tropics very carefully. We have a lot that we're watching. We have Tropical Storm Franklin. It's moved across Hispaniola today, back out into the Southwest Atlantic. We have the remnants of Emily, and then we're going to be watching a system close to the Yucatan as we enter the weekend that may provide a tropical low in the Gulf of Mexico. We'll talk about that in a second. First off, Tropical Storm Franklin on the board. As of the latest advisory at 7 p.m. Central Time this evening, maximum sustained winds still at 40, moving north-northeast at 13. It will generally move northeastward and then northward the next few days, but staying offshore the United States, even though there will likely be an increase in wave action and rip currents on the East Coast. But this is looking more and more like it will strengthen into a hurricane, possibly a significant hurricane as it tracks just to the west of Bermuda going into early next week. And then we're going to have to watch for the possibility of a tropical system developing near the Yucatan this weekend, coming out of the Western Caribbean, moving up into the east central Gulf of Mexico early next week. Models are starting to hint on that more and more. So we may have a tropical system developing and moving toward the eastern Gulf of Mexico by late in the weekend, early next week. Way too far to say where it may track specifically and the intensity that we may be talking about. However, early indications suggest that this may be more of a thing for the Big Bend area in the peninsula of Florida. No indications right now this will head toward the Tennessee Valley, but as always, we'll watch it carefully for any forecast changes. And then a couple more systems out in the open Atlantic. These are likely to stay out in the open Atlantic and not an imminent threat to the United States. We'll watch it carefully though. So grab that first cup of coffee in the morning, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, starting in the mid 70s, and then we warm well up into the mid to upper 90s as we head into the afternoon here. Very hot conditions, mostly sunny. More of the same for Friday. Maybe a stray shower on Friday, but the chance of rain is so low, I don't even have it on the 7-day. But we do increase the risk of isolated showers and thunderstorms through the weekend into the first part of next week there, as daytime highs come back out of the 90s, back into the mid to upper 80s. There's a look at your latest 7-day forecast. Kelly Rosson's in the Weather Center tomorrow morning with another update to your local weather.